EMP epic fail. This is Throttle Up Prepper. EMP epic fail. At least that's how it's feeling right now. I am Jeff. This is Throttle Up Prepper. Welcome to the program. If you're a subscriber, thanks. Man, up to like 270 something now. That's pretty sweet. Thank you, each and every one of you. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now. I would greatly appreciate it. You'll get a lot out of it. Get a little entertainment along the way. And hopefully we'll all learn something together, especially after this video. I need to learn. Anyway, also be sure to subscribe, share, like, all that stuff. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we put up a video every Monday. Visit our website, throttleupprepper.com. So, a couple weeks ago, we decided to EMP-proof the ham radio equipment, the growing cabinet. The cabinet of doom, as I am now referring to it as. And here's what we know. Here's a couple things up front. Please, if you know anything, if you've done this project before or you have some sort of experience, please use the comments. Educate me. I thought I knew what I was doing. It seemed like it made sense. Maybe I'm missing something small, maybe something huge, but clearly I'm missing something. And we tried to do this on a budget. Obviously, if we want to spend a ton of money, we can get this done in a heartbeat and pay someone or buy things. Just buy Faraday bags, 120 bucks worth of bags. I'm done. I don't have to worry about the cabinet. Tried to do it on a budget. The cabinet was given to me. It was on wheels and was a stand for a one of those commercial printers. And it was given to me. It was in great shape. It's made out of steel. Steel's a decent conductor. But I did find out that the paint on these things acts as an insulator, which, trying to wrap my head around, electrical principles. And you would think that, okay, the outside is not going to reflect an EMP pulse, radio wave, or anything like that. But it would have to penetrate it and then get to the conductor, which would then move it around. I would have thought. Doesn't seem to be the case, or something else is going on. Anyway, let's open up. So the first thing I had to overcome, and matter of fact, we'll just show now, it is on the inside. I wanted to not only make it safe from EMPs and CMEs, but also, when there's a lightning storm coming, or whatever kind of storm where it may be a possibility, you want to disconnect the antennas externally so you don't blow up the radios. And there's nothing more of a pain in the backside, especially if, you're out and about and something comes up unexpectedly, to have to come home, reach behind in the rat's nest of wires and disconnect radios. So I wanted to use the slot, that was the paper slot, the opening, a big vulnerability, to be able to permanently have my radios plugged in on the inside of the cabinet. And then you can see on the outside of the cabinet where, externally they connect to the couplers, which go through, basically this is a steel, like audio rack, spacer, blanker, whatever they call them. I forget. You get them on Amazon. Was a whopping, $20 with shipping. Those couplers ended up costing me about $15 or so with shipping and handling. So I'm way under $50 total into this project, so not a major expense. But anyway, so now you can see how that connects. So let's go ahead and open up the cabinet. I got to open this side first because the obvious vulnerabilities that are left, because, where the antennas plug in are covered, would be the gap around the doors, top and bottom, the sides, and in the front. had it in my head that using this aluminum tape, usually used in duct work, would shield from radio waves, because aluminum's an electrical conductor. Unfortunately, most of my house is aluminum wiring. It works, not the best choice, but it does work. So I've got overlapping the metal. So you'll see at the top, it's a good seal, and there's not, I can't show it to you, but when you feel it, there's almost no space there, very little, but it's an overlap. So I figured that would shield it, and I have this strip that I kind of rigged here. You can see behind my ham radio band plans. I have it affixed there. There's no other real points of entry for radio waves, but when I tested it, and by the way, it works lovely for what I use. I don't normally sit this low, but when I sit normally, it's all at the right height. Got my HF rig here, antenna tuner, my 2-meter rig, which that's the local, that's the long distance stuff, and then down here my power supply, power converter. I have it sitting insulated from the cabinet. It's sitting on a rubber car mat. I thought that was kind of cool. $5, why not? Because I got one of these electromagnetic, anti-static, whatever you call it, mats on the top. That's grounded up here in the back. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a gator clip to the back. So the radios aren't, sitting on the conductor here. Anyway, there's no other points of entry, but yet when I put my phone in it, which was receiving radio signals through Wi-Fi, I expected when you close it up that it would have cut off the signal, and that would have been that. But that wasn't the case. It kept on playing and playing and playing. And I'm kind of at a loss because, running the tape on the side, even though, again, it's you could barely probably put a piece of paper through there. I can do it. I did it. But when you open them up, it messes up the tape. The tape comes off. So what do I do now? You guys that know what's going on, because on the one hand, some protection is better than nothing. The other thing, even though I've achieved the general class licensing and currently I'm studying for the amateur extra license with the FCC, you'd think we know a few things, and I do, but apparently one thing I don't know, I haven't looked into it yet, is they always tell you to put an AM radio in, and if that blocks the signals, maybe this thing works, because apparently EMP and CMEs are operating in the same wavelengths or whatever as apparently a strong AM signal. So if you can block AM signals, you're in good shape. I guess I got to borrow a battery operated AM radio for someone. We're kind of too newfangled in this house. So I don't know. Maybe Wi-Fi is a completely different wavelength that would get through, whereas an EMP wouldn't. Maybe those of you that know can tell me, Jeff, you're all right, calm down. Or, wow, what a knucklehead. That'd be nice, don't you? We don't need the knucklehead business. I already know that. I don't know. What am I missing? On the one hand, something's better than nothing. Again, I'm partially underground. You might be able to see the windows. Basically, a couple inches below the windows is where the ground is. And then in the back and the sides are completely underground and facing directions of the country that would most likely be where they would detonate a potential EMP. So it's mostly shielded anyway by the ground. But again, anything to our south, we're in trouble. I don't know. I'm counting it temporarily as an epic fail, but I'm not done yet. I am the author of a book called The Excuse Assassin, so excuses are not permitted in my house. But I've been promising you guys an update on this. I hoped that it was completed. Technically, it is, although it doesn't seem to work. So that's the update. Again, short of buying Faraday bags, which I could do, and when the radios aren't in use, slip them inside the bag. That's one option. The other option is getting aluminum screening that's not coated, not painted, and either using some sort of epoxy adhesive on the outside, painting it, and covering it in that. It'll look kind of goofy. Won't be real pretty here in the rec room. Or the other option is strip the paint off. Get rid of the shielding that the paint provides. I don't know. Again, won't be real pretty. But what say you to my epic fail? Do you have a solution? I technically don't at the moment, but by golly, I'm going to work on it. Listen, hopefully this gives you some information, gives you some inspiration. Clearly, you can't do much worse than what I did. Although it's neat and orderly and it works on one level, it's not quite achieving the goal that I wanted it to. So hopefully it inspires you guys to think and to help out in the comment section. Let's make it constructive, guys. Let's try to help someone. And those of you that have prepper channels or ham radio channels of your own, please address this issue and then post a link to your solution in the comment. Share your videos, share your channels with the other subscribers. I'm totally cool with it. I think that's a great thing. Or if you've already done a video in the past that sheds some light on the topic, please share your videos below. It's time for all of us to throttle up, be prepared no matter what comes our way, because don't know what's coming, but something's out there. Until next time, God bless and be safe.